Hello, dear friends and followers. We're here to explain the byte-a-prop system of UNFX company. So, first, when you initially enter the specific address, you will undoubtedly see a prominent login page, and immediately after successfully logging in, you will then gain complete access to a comprehensive and intuitive control panel, much like this one displayed here. Please keep in mind that you can only log into the system if your access has been officially activated by UNFX company. Registration is not possible on your own. An authorized admin master must personally come and register you into the system. There are several sections on the main page. On the left menu, the path of the pages you enter is shown here. Your service status and also the light and dark themes are available here. You can also enter an account for analysis right on this main page. If I search for this account, you can see it. The analysis of this user has been fully provided for us. We can have complete data about the status of this account and its history. Look, it's clearly shown here. Some data about the balance is displayed. The amount of profit, commission, and net profit, which is the profit plus commission plus swap, gives you the net profit. It shows the amount of withdrawals and deposits, the starting balance, and today's opening balance. It gives you some general information about the account. It also provides some data about the trading status. You can disable or enable the account. If you do this, meaning if the account is disabled, even the person who logs in won't be able to access their account or anything else anymore. If you disable trading, like with this account, the person can log in and see their history, but they won't be able to trade. If you uncheck the Enable Expert option and basically disable the expert, the person won't be able to use the expert. If you uncheck the Enable Trading option, the person won't be able to use trading stop. These two checkboxes relate to user trading. These three checkboxes, with the first, completely disable the account. We have the comprehensive drawdown section further down below, which meticulously shows you the various drawdowns based on the initial account balance, the starting balance of the current day, the highest recorded account balance, the highest daily balance achieved, and the account's dynamic floating risk drawdown. We have a chart of the user's balance status, which shows that the person started from 10,000, how much it grew, and then how much it dropped. You can fully see the growth path of this account. You can view the account's growth path in terms of percentage here. You see it went up to nearly 18% profit, and then this account experienced a drawdown. In the lower section, you have a chart of the user's drawdown status. If you uncheck any of these boxes, you can remove its corresponding line and see, for example, if the drawdown based on the starting balance is 12%. If the person's balance or equity drops below 8,800 compared to the 10,000 starting point, it triggers a drawdown. We display this number, 8,800, for the starting balance, not the 10,000 figure. See, when I uncheck this, the line at 8,800 disappears. Take a look. For example, if I uncheck max all-time balance and max time balance, two other lines will be removed. Now let's also remove max equity. Alright, now you have a normal chart where you can see the balance, equity, and the starting balance of the day, the amount of balance this user could have lost based on the start of the day. At the beginning, 5% of $10,000 is $9,500. And as the balance increased, this line would go higher each day, and whenever the person reached this line, their daily drawdown would be triggered, as you can see here. At no point did it hit the daily drawdown. You can even zoom in on this section if you want. Look, I can zoom in right here and go exactly to this number. I can see the median balance numbers, equity, and end-of-day balance, and see exactly whether the drawdown was hit in this section or not. You can zoom in on all the data here completely as you wish. But as you can see, this account had hit the floating risk. That's why, even without reaching this drawdown, the drawdown was triggered. This floating risk has been triggered. That means we can take the end-of-day balance, and if we zoom in here compared to its balance, the floating has been hit here and the floating risk has been activated. There's a reset account button here. When you give an account to a client, if they pass the first stage, the second stage account should be given to them, or if it's a single stage, a real account should be given to them. You don't need to provide them with a new account. If we click the reset account button here, and for example, the client is supposed to receive a live account, I enter live account 1 here. I enter the balance amount. The balance was 10,000. Now, we also want to give them an extension or maybe a bonus or something like that. We want to set their account's starting balance to 11,000. Based on $11,000, this user's starting balance will be set, and the account will be charged and reset accordingly. But why did I put live 1? Because this person might have several live accounts during the period they have an account with us. To be able to distinguish them from each other and keep their histories organized separately, it's better to label them. We can enter live 1, live 2, live 3, or any other unique name we have in mind here, and when we click the process button, it will ask us whether we want to reset this account with a balance of 11,000 and the live 1 distribution or not. If I select the reset config, this account will be reset. In the position section, we can see the user's positions. All user positions are displayed here. Here, a summary of this account status is also shown. In the deals section, we have a summary of all users' deals. At the top, again, we have a summary of all the deals. In all these tables, such as positions, deals, orders, or any other section, we've provided a comprehensive filtering feature so you can filter your table based on any value you need. You can also easily export your current table as an Excel spreadsheet or actually a CSV file. If you click on the columns button, you can hide the filter. Well, when you click on the columns button, you can add or remove columns. You see, this order column gets removed and then comes back again. In the hedge account section, if an account has made a hedge trade with this account, in this hedge section, you can only view the hedges within the account. Look, here it tells us that on this date, this trade was hedged with this other trade, and the hedge was done within the account itself. Well, this is just so you can see whether a hedge has been done within the account or not. In the Hedge Another Account section, you can check based on seconds. For example, I enter 240 seconds or 30 seconds. I say, if an account has made a hedge trade with another account with a difference of 30 seconds, show it to me. When I click search, it shows this user's trades. If I click on this arrow button, it shows which accounts this user has hedged with. Their line numbers are listed here. It also shows with which position IDs the hedge was done, and the time difference in seconds is displayed here for you. You can also check the volume and other details. In the end, you can also take a look at the accounts themselves. If they really look very similar, you can consider these two accounts as being hedged together. In the expert section, it gives you an analysis from the expert. For example, if I set milliseconds here, let's say 500 milliseconds, and also set the order to 500 milliseconds. Well, naturally, one of the criteria for using the expert is a set of specific items. We've included those here, and if after this there's a decision to collaborate, God willing, we'll provide a more detailed explanation about these items in the sessions with you. If you click on the Show Expert button, it shows us which trades are suspicious and whether this account is suspicious at all or not. Look, it says its orders are suspicious, and we also have another item here related to editing. If we click on that too, we can also select a time range, a maximum of 5 days, and if we show it again, it displays the likes for us and tells us whether there have been any suspicious likes or not. If we thoroughly review all these items, we can figure out whether the person has used an expert or not. In the device login section, it shows us all the user's logins. It tells us from which IP, at what time, and with what device the user logged in, whether it was an iPhone, a computer, or a mobile device, or if it was an Android mobile, from which country, with which ASN organization, with which ISP organization, and with which computer ID the login was performed. The important point is in the computer ID section. Look, it's possible for users to have the same IP, but the computer ID will never be shared between two logins of two different users. In the similar account by login section, you can see accounts similar to this user based on IP and computer ID. Look, based on the computer ID, this account is shared with this other account, and if we check, their emails are probably the same as well. You can find all the accounts shared by this user based on the computer ID. In the similar account by position section, it shows me accounts that, for example, had more than 90% similarity in their positions with this user or another user in this broker within 5 seconds. When we click the search button, it shows us here whether this action has been performed or if there is actually a similar account or not, which right now it tells us there isn't. That means this user hasn't had any trades with any other account that are more than 90% similar. The 90% is based on the number of positions. So, if a person has had 10 positions, at least 9 of them have matched in trade direction with only a 5 millisecond difference. This is our basis for determining trade similarity. The next section in Manager, from this menu on the left, well, the default page for us is Analyze because it's used a lot. The next section is Trading Account. In the Trading Account section, you can see all the users' accounts. You can view them here. Their email data, first and last name information, location, start balance, balance, and any other data you need are available. In the Update Account section, you can update a specific account here. For example, you can enable or disable their status here again. You can deposit funds into their account. For instance, we say $1,000 with a comment, for example, balance. You can deposit here as a balance, and also as credit, you can make the deposit here. In the withdrawal section, you can make withdrawals. Again, both credit and balance are available here. In the password section, you can generate a password for the user here. If I click on Generate, it will create a default password automatically. If you click the copy button, this password will be copied. If you click the check button, it will verify whether this user's password is correct or not. Sometimes your user can't log in. You tell them, okay, give us your password so we can check. They give you their password. When you click this check button, it tells you that you need to log in to the user's account. With this check button, you can verify whether the user has logged in or not. If I click the reset button, this password will replace the previous one. Also, here you can change the account leverage, and after selecting it, you can update the account leverage with the Update Leverage button. The next section is the account creation section. Here, you can enter your customer's information. After entering the customer's information, select the leverage. Choose which trading group you want this account to be created in. You can set a password and an investor password for it, which you can either enter manually or generate a secure password using the Generate button. You can also enter the initial balance amount, and after selecting Create Account, the account will be created. I have explained the analysis section to you. One thing to note is that in the position section, if you are on a position, well, the account number was incorrect. If you right-click on one of these user positions and select Show Detail, you can view the details of that position. You can see exactly on the chart where this position was opened and where it was closed. And the important point here is that if you click on this candle, you can see exactly where this user's position was opened when they pressed the buy button. It shows you the exact point where this position was opened. The orange line is our ask line, and the blue line is our bid line, and you can clearly see in relation to the tick chart price exactly where the position was opened for you. Alright, the next section is the account search by login. Here, you can enter some information based on IP, email, or computer ID. Select a date range, and then specify in which groups you want the search to be performed. It will show you all the accounts that have logged in with this specific IP, email, or computer ID. In the login search section, here it shows you the total number of accounts. For example, it says account number X with this computer ID. For instance, if you've selected computer ID here, let me pull up a report for you in this section. I want to clearly see precisely which accounts this particular computer ID has logged into during this entire date range, specifically in the prop group, and also in the other relevant prop groups. Break time equals 0.5s/. Well, as you can see, it says that this account and this account, these two accounts, have logged in with this computer ID. Their emails are different, meaning two different people have logged in, which is a very important point. Which groups are these accounts in? How many times have they logged in? Look, in this report, we're only considering the main login, not the investor login. So if such a report is shown here, it definitely means these two accounts have logged in using the same computer ID. Alright, in the details section, it shows you the details of these 12 logins, these 106 logins. The same details like country, organization, and just to let you know, the type of device used for login, its IP, and other specifications are shown to us in detail. Look, if I click here as well, from this date to this date, prop. When we click the search button, it shows us this report. See, it gives us the login details with complete information. Positive accounts. Both accounts are here unless I make this report 1,000. You see, there was one account 2880217 and there was another account 2880201. Both accounts are shown here. In the position analysis section, you can have a complete analysis of a position. This was the login number we were using. Okay, it shows you all the users' positions. From the ticket section to the comment, that's the main position data. But from main balance onward, the data changes a bit. Alright, let's go through these columns together. The first option is the start balance. When this position was opened, what was the user's balance? How much did they have? When the first position was opened, due to the commission deduction, the balance was $90,997 at the time this position was opened. What was the minimum drawdown seen for this position relative to this balance? Its minimum drawdown was 0.5%. This is shown as a percentage. What was its minimum profit? It went as low as -$58, meaning it was at a loss of up to $58. And what was the minimum balance that was seen? $90,939. That's the drawdown data for this account. And now, if we right-click on it and select Show Detail, another page will open for us. At the top, it gives you the overall position data, and the position process section is very important. All the actions that have been taken on that position, like if any modifications were made, for example, if the stop loss was changed, the take profit was changed, or if a partial close was done and part of the position was secured. Anything you can think of, any operation that has been performed on this position, it shows you as a log. Here it tells you when this order was placed, and it gives you the data with millisecond timestamps. It shows you when the modify request was made. It shows you when the modification was completed, when the modification took place, and when the position was closed. From the moment the order was placed to the moment the position was closed, you have all the complete data. In the next section, you have a kind of chart view of your account's drawdown here, which you can check out. At the start, it went into a loss, and then, as you can see, this position had a good growth and finally closed with a profit of $283. The next section is the coverage section, where you can cover your prop accounts and link them to a netting account that's connected to the LP. Well, if we click on it, I think no live account has been set up yet. Yes, that's right. Here, the LP accounts that have been set up are displayed. If you click on it, you can have a journal entry from that LP account and connect different accounts to it. In the financial section, if an invoice has been issued for you, you can view your invoice in the My Invoice section. Naturally, after the due date of your invoice passes, this site and this panel will be completely deactivated for you if the payment is not made. And this license must always be renewed and always have a valid date. In the application section, if you have obtained and used an application from us, you can see that application here, like the Stop Out plugin or any other external tool. Now, the Stop Out plugin has been integrated into this very Byteprop system. If you have obtained a gateway from us or a plugin that you got from us outside of this system, you can see its license in this section, including how long the license is valid for. If it's about to expire, you can contact our technical team and ask them to renew the date for you.